Welcome to a question where we got a big table and then some fancy questions down here. Okay. Um, First off, what's going on down here? Well, it's wanting h prime of 4 if h is f times g. So this one right here is going to be the product rule, right? Because didn't write that very well. Because those two functions are multiplied, they're times each other. So H is F times G. So if that's the case, let me bring it up here. If H is F times G, then H prime, what do you do? What's the product rule? You take the derivative of the first one, right? Derivative of the first one. You keep the second one unchanged plus the first one unchanged times the derivative of the second, right? They take turns. So then when they say H prime of 4, H prime, and then you plug in a 4, that's going to be f prime of 4 times g of 4, just putting a 4 here and a 4 there, plus f of 4, just put a 4 here and a 4 here, times g prime of 4, right? It's a product rule with things plugged in. Okay, now what are these? Well, here's with the table. It tells you, so like f of 1, if you do f of 1, it's going to be 4. Or f of 2 is going to be 3, etc., etc. That's how the table works. So I want f prime of 4. So here's 4. Here's f prime. It's 4. 4. And then g of 4. What's that? Come on back. Here's 4. Here's g. It's 3 times 3 plus f of 4. Okay, that's f of 4. It's going to be 2 times g prime of 4. So g prime of 4, that's 3. So that's what? 12 plus 6, 18. Yep, and that's the answer, 18 right there. All right, let's do the next part. So now we're doing h is f over g. So let's see if I can squeeze that in right here. Um, h is f over g. So then h prime, the derivative, we're going to have to use the quotient rule, right? Dividing. So what's that going to be? You do the derivative of the top times the bottom unchanged minus the top unchanged times the root of the bottom. Just about like the product rule with a minus in the middle over bottom squared. So we want an h prime of 4. So plug in a 4, 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 plug in a 4. So what are we going to get? Let's see here. Let's go piece by piece by piece. So right here, first up, f prime of 4. What's that? It's got to go back to this table and find them all one at a time. It's a little tedious. F prime of 4. What is it? 4. So this is 4. G of 4. What's that? G of 4. 3 times 3. So it's going to be 4 times 3 minus. Then F of 4. So that's going to be F of 4. 2. Times 2 times. And then G prime of 4. So G prime of 4. 3. Minus 2 times 3. Okay, over G squared of 4. So let's go to G of 4, just 3. G of 4 is 3. So that'd be 3 squared. So then what do we got here? We've got, what's it? 12 minus 6 would be 6 over 9. And then if you divide that on your calculator, you get 2/3 or 0.66666. It'll take 6/9 or 2/3 or the decimal, whatever. Okay, now the last one. What if H is F with G inside? So H is F with G inside. So we've done we've done two functions multiplied, two functions divided. Now we're doing one function plugged inside of the other. How do we do that? That's called the chain rule, right? When you have one function inside of that. So we're doing all three rules. We did the product rule. This one was the quotient rule, meaning the dividing. And now this one's the chain rule because we have one function plugged inside the other. So how do we do that? Well, the derivative in that case is you do the derivative of the outside function, keep the inside the same times the derivative of the inside function. That's the chain rule. Okay, right? I normally write it out and I say, if you have an outer and an inner, right? This is outer, this is inner. The chain rule derivative is you do the derivative of the outside function, keep the inside the same, times the derivative of the inside function. That's what I did. Outside function, inside the same, times the derivative of the inside function. Okay, so now let's plug in our value. We're plugging in what? We're plugging in 4 again, aren't we? Yeah, h prime of 4. So we want h prime of 4, so it's going to be f of prime of 4 times of g of 4 times g prime of 4. So let's be really clear here. Um, oh, wait. Uh, that wasn't correct. Um, Let me be a little bit more careful there. So this is f prime of g of 4. Not, yeah, it's not multiplication. I messed up there. This doesn't mean, well, yeah, let me be really clear. When we take the derivative of the using the chain rule, right? We take the derivative of the outside function, keeping the inside, the plug into it the same, times then multiplication, derivative of the inside function. So right here, this is the outer function, f prime. The inside has to stay g. So that's where the 4 goes. Times the derivative of the inside function of 4. So that becomes f prime of times. Now, what's g of 4? Right there is going to go g of 4. What's g of 4? Go back to this little chart. G of 4. Here's g. Here's 4. It's 3. So this g of 4 here becomes 3. And g prime of 4, what's g prime of 4? Go back here. Go to g prime of 4. It's also 3, coincidentally. Okay, so now we're almost there. Now, what's f prime of 3? See, the inside g of 4 became 3. Now it's f prime of 3, the outer. What's f prime of 3? So we go back and go, okay, f prime of 3, f prime of 3, boop, boop, it's 3. F prime of 3 is 3 times the other 3. Here, let's keep the colors the same. So the answer is 9 to that part. And sure enough. Okay, that's pretty tricky. There we go. 3 rules. Product rule, quotient rule, chain rule. Chain rule was the trickiest.